Panama files criminal charges against Chinese-linked Canal port owner, C.K. Hutchinson, for breach of contract. So, Tom, when I'm reading this, what it tells me is the fact that they want U.S. to own that place, not China to own that place. That's kind of how I'm reading this. Let me read the whole story, and then I'll come to you.
Panama's getting a phone call. That's what happened.
Well, Panama's getting a phone call. I see what you're saying. Got it. So, Rob, I'm trying to find a page. I don't know if I got it here. So, Tom, why don't you tell us what's your biggest takeaway from the story with Panama Canal and Panama not being happy about it?
So, Panama's Comptroller General, so this is a government official. This is like the guy in their, Congressional Budget Office equivalent in Panama, is saying that a criminal complaint by the government has been filed against Panama Ports Company, which is a subsidiary of Hong Kong-based Hutchinson Whampoa or Hutchinson Port Holdings, which is the W.K. Hutch and the guy Li Ka-shing. And so what people are speculating, and I am, and I don't think this is a conspiracy, it seems kind of weird that a deal with BlackRock was almost done for the two key ports, because there's many ports, but there's the key ones, Balboa and whatever the other one is, Diego, whatever it is.
Diego Garcia?
Yep. No, that's in the Indian Ocean. That's the base. But anyway, there's two key ports there that BlackRock had this big deal to buy from Li Ka-shing. And all of a sudden, he gets a phone call, apparently, from Beijing that says, maybe slow roll your purchase here. And he said, well, I'm still upset with you. And they said, I told you to slow roll your purchase. And then Panama comes out because the U.S. government was the ones that wanted BlackRock to buy this thing. The administration thought it was a really good idea for BlackRock to do this. So I feel like the CIA or somebody has called Panama and says, excuse me, it is a really good idea for BlackRock to do this. Yeah, well, China is stopping the Hutch guy, Li Ka-shing. He said, are they behind on their rent payments? Have they paid their taxes? Do they have any outstanding parking tickets?
They're behind a lot, by the way.
And turns out they're behind on more than a parking ticket.
That's right.
There's like $300 million.
That's right.
And then we said, perfect. Start the process to seize it. And that's what this is. This is the government starting the process basically to foreclose, is basically what you have here, which is exactly what the U.S. would want. And it says, because we can have a little auction and, BlackRock will show up and win the auction. And then they get the ports anyway. So I feel like what we're watching here is a 3D chess game with the ports in Panama being played because it is strategically important to do what needs to be done here. And I think it's going to get done one way or another, and this is one of the or anothers.
Got it. Benny, do you have any opinions on this, on Panama Canal?
The Panama Canal is ours. What I mean by that is it's sovereign American territory. The only reason the Panama Canal exists is because America went and built it. And then when it was built, it was American sovereign land for 10 miles north and 10 miles south once the canal was built. Mm-hmm. That lasted for 100 years. Why we gave that back is so stupid and it's so dumb. It is ours. You go down there, there are American military bases, there's American construction. The entire thing was totally laid with American blood. And so this has kind of this history to it that is not Chinese, that does not belong to our enemies, and I think it should belong back to America. I really do. I think it's like claiming almost like a birthright for something that wouldn't have been possible without our country. Other nations tried to do it. France started the Panama Canal. They couldn't complete it. They couldn't get it done. And they failed. They abandoned it. And it was America that stepped in. And also, one final thing, very interesting. Panama's not a real country. Panama belonged to Colombia. Panama became a real country with American might and naval resources to build the Panama Canal. So Panama should thank us, the leaders of Panama should thank us for the existence of their country, just like China.
Do we have a clip of Pete Hegseth talking
people
about?
Forget about that part. Panama literally was the Alaska for Colombia. It was this thing way over here that you owned.
Interesting.
Yep, that's right.
What is this, Rob?
This is Pete Hegseth. He was at the canal. I believe this was yesterday or on Tuesday, where he talks pretty much about what Penny had said.
So that's Panama City, Panama, not Panama City by Florida. That's it.
Correct.
Yeah,
it's at the canal.
Panama City nightlife is phenomenal.
Spring break.
You know,
It is spring break time of year.
Yeah,
Secretary Pete's also in favor of that. So
go ahead.
That's messed up, bro.
No, it's not. He likes to party.
Tom. Go ahead.
Rob, you want to go ahead,
Rob.
buddy?
Panama and the United States less secure, less prosperous, and less sovereign. And as President Donald Trump has pointed out, that situation is not acceptable. We are grateful to President Molino, Minister Abrego, and your teams, along with the Panama Canal Authority, for responding to these threats and safeguarding the canal. President Molino's decision to withdraw from the Belt and Road Initiative reflects his government's clear understanding of China and the threat it poses. I want to be very clear. China did not build this canal. China does not operate this canal. And China will not weaponize this canal. Together with Panama in the lead, we will keep the canal secure and available for all nations through the deterrent power of the strongest, most effective, and most lethal fighting force in the world.
That does kind of look like right outside of Club La Vila in Panama City.
That does
Beach,
look
Florida.
like it.
Just for a second. Adam, go ahead.
No,
Your thoughts
I
and
think
we'll
what I
wrap
find
up.
it's interesting is that of all people to be speaking about this, why the Secretary of Defense, not Secretary of Commerce, not anybody who specializes in trade, not
Rubio.
Yeah, not Rubio, Secretary of State. Like, why Department of Defense? That's my only question. Is
because
you want to fight for it?
because it was because Panama exists because of the American military. Panama was part of a different country. We decided as an American military movement and strategy to break that off, to align with the Panamanian Independence Party, and to make Panama. We made Panama.
We made
Kinda like
Panama
Greenland
great again?
We made Panama great again. And Greenland, you have the same argument. Greenland was administered after Denmark fell to the Nazis in a second. Greenland then technically was like, what are we going to do over here? And it was minutes before Nazi submarines and U-boats were showing up on Greenland.
Yeah.
It was the American military that protected that island and that protected that island in our hemisphere and was the administrator of it for the entire war. And we get no thanks for that. Instead, they spit in our faces. And so I love the return to Pax Americana. I freaking love it. I live in the golden era.
What I think is so incredible is, we talked about this the other day, but like how Trump is going to, where would he deal with Iran? Yet we're dealing with the border, we're dealing with Russia, we're dealing with Ukraine, with Israel. We got Greenland, we got Panama, we're making the Gulf of America. There's so much stuff going on that when did you ever think about the Panama Canal before Trump? When did you think about Greenland?
That's right.
When did you think USA is taking over Gaza? He's doing I don't even know if this guy sleeps at this point.
I literally
don't even know
what's going on. Now, let me tell you what did happen earlier today that everybody on the news is reacting to. So at the border, this guy's. Did you see this clip of the guy jumping? So there's this, Rob, if you can prepare this. So there's a guy. Look at this. This immigrant, illegal immigrant. Watch this.
What is this?
Flies in, press play.
What is this? These are the
Flies
kind
in
of
on a
people.
plane.
Okay.
We need these people out of our country.
This is the border.
Oh,
this
no.
guy just comes
Who
over.
the hell is
Oh,
that?
no.
Eagle
Look at this
Pass
guy.
Airfield.
So he looks European, like maybe even a German going to Argentina.
German, maybe he's
a
a
Russian.
Watch
A
this.
Russian.
Watch this.
What
no.
the?
Oh,
this guy works
what a
out.
show.
This guy works out.
Look at
Look
this.
at this.
Barbed wire, dude. What kind of wall do we have, bro?
What? And he's in shorts.
Look at this
What
guy's
a
legs.
loser.
What a
Oh,
stud.
my
That
God.
is,
Who is this guy?
Third world scum.
he has
Oh,
a-
that's
get him
Klein.
and there's a Chinese
Look at
guy
Klein.
right there.
Oh my, Benny comes in
He's got to go
style,
home.
bro.
They've got to go home.
And he's got a backpack full of fentanyl.
It's a mule. There's his mule.
That's his mule.
He's a cartel. This guy's a cartel, and he's got his mule with him.
What a drug
What's
dealer.
going on?
Benny, that's a
Documented.
gangster
This is
ass
sick.
move right
Build
there. Hop in
the
the
wall.
fence.
You didn't want to wait.
Guys,
till-
I told you, walls don't work. You can go
Guys,
over it.
last
you go
but
under
not
it.
Gotta
least,
go home.
we want to have 1 million people wearing the Future Looks Bright gear. So this is some of you that buy Future Looks Bright gear and the numbered ones. And some of you that go and put it on eBay. Look at this, $400, 1 out of 50, $199.
That's me on the
gray
left,
one.
man.
Can you go to the user one?
Hat number
Rob,
one.
10 grand.
Is that 1 out of 250?
Yes.
But he got the 1 out of 250? That's good for him. What's the user's name? Can we see? What is the user's name?
Rob Gargiulo.
No, it's not.
Okay, go back.
Zone
Interesting,
service.
10 grand. Go back one, Rob, to see what else is up there.
Rob, that would have been so
Okay,
funny.
go back if you can, Rob. Okay, they go lower. So that's another one numbered. Another one, the 45, 47 numbered. Keep going lower. More of them numbered that are selling.
$3,000.
Holy moly, that's a 43 out of 50. Okay, so here's what we're doing today. This one took us a while to get, and I'll explain to you why. This is the box, Valuetainment. If you ordered this hat, when you open it up, the box, right there, you see the future looks bright in gold. And then there's a card in there from me to you. And this hat took a while to make for one specific reason. So this is a numbered out of 250, okay? And this says future looks bright, and all of it is embroidered. This is not like a wing job. All of it says future looks bright all around the hat. Black, sick hat that just got launched this morning, numbered out of 250 at 99.
Get on it.
First come, first serve. Just so you know how this works. These go like hotcakes. In no time, this goes. So within 30 minutes, this will be gone. But if you're one of the people that collects these numbered hats, we will not be doing this one again, specifically with this color, black and white, future looks bright, numbered out of 1 out of 250. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order. By the way, look at this, Vinny. Even down here, the way it is.
Like if I bought one right now, so somebody's going to get the number one right now?
Whoever orders, someone's going to get the number one. So, but anyways,
Benny,
that'll be in the box. With the box, the whole nine. Now, when we get the shipments with Future Looks Bright, you know what's coming in this to know that it's coming strictly from us. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.